Thanks for...
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the 2. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Brown. And it's Harden in at point. Now, here is Harden. Jordan the pass to KD. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. And Ibaka kicks to Beverley. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, George. Trying to get open is Ibaka.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence. And ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Well, Kevin Durant not about to settle for any low percentage shot. My goodness, with authority.
Outside, George, and the pass to Leonard. And foul on the shot. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Harden. Harris, right side. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
One thing I love about Joe Harris, he has now become confident in catch-and-shoot situations. He wants to be assertive.
George dishes to Beverley. Leonard looking around. A step-back shot here. It's hauled in by Brown.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Now here's Durant over Batum. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
George passes to Leonard. There's the 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Nets leading by 4. Brown finds Jordan. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Harden with it. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Beverley with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. A nice shot by George.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Harden. We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. Dishes it to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. From the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Now here's Jordan. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Kicks it to Harris. Another shot. That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George with no one around. Off target with his three. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Green, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Bruce Brown. Jackson against Harden. Jackson passes to Cousins. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Brooklyn ahead, leading by a point. Naturally a ball-dominant player. James Harden talking.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Morris in at the 3. Makes good on the step-back jumper. So it's the Clippers now. And here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Cousins. The jump hook, and it's off the back rim. No good. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. And he lays it straight in.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Kennard for 3. And it's Irving with the rebound. The Nets with the lead. And here they come. Dinwiddie right side. Outside Irving. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. This is his first free throw of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
He's off on the first.
Taking 2 shots.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Irving against Jackson. Over in the corner, Cousins. That 3 off the mark. Brooklyn trailing.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Zubac's no good. Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Irving. Here's Griffin. Left side Irving. From deep. Nets passing it around. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Irving's got 4 points this quarter. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Cousins. The pass to Zubac. A second chance effort. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Los Angeles shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. 35 seconds left now here in the second. Irving against Jackson. The high post shot. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Cousins finds Jackson. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. What a... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was and
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Now we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Joe Harris. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Brown in at the 2 guard. Now here's Durant. 6 points for him. And it's Jordan atop the key. Durant feeling it out a bit. Ibaka with some nice D.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Harris outside. Back to Harden. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Nets trail by 4. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Harden kicks to Harris. Back to Harden. Clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
George against Harden. Outside, KD. Launches it. Offensive rebound. That shot off.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
Batum dishes to Beverly. Drops it in from 11 feet. Beverly's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Harden against George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
Harden against Beverly. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Patterson is checked in for the Clippers. Ibaka finds Beverly. Outside, George.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Harris trying to find Durant. He's got it now. The feed to Jordan. He gets that one. Jordan's got his first bucket in this one. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Durant wide open, he fires. Shot clock reset for the Nets. The Nets working the ball around now. A shot by Harden, wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Morris with the bucket.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here's Irving. 8 points for him. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. From deep. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Irving's got 11 points.
You give Kyrie a good look at the rim. It doesn't matter how far back he is from the line.
Jackson against Irving. Pass to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. Brooklyn with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Well, what a wizard Kyrie is in the open floor. Utilizes his speed to help create open shots in transition. That's beautiful.
On the wing, Morris. Pass to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
What incredible hands. DeMarcus Cousins makes tough catches look easy.
On its way from Irving for 2. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, we've got Patrick Beverley, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. Dinwiddie, always going up for the alley-oop here. Doesn't go for him. Clippers leading by 5. Now Beverley passes to Kennard. The 15-footer.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Here's Claxton, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Cousins against Griffin. Now here's Cousins. He's covered closely. Clock is at 3. The 17-footer. Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Well, Irving has been in attack mode all night. This guy is comfortable from any spot on the floor.
Beverley, the pass to Cousins. Back to Beverley. Now the pass to Kennard. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Not everything fell for them in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Irving against Beverley. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Kennard. Softly drops in the floater. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He's not happy with what he says are late rotations defensively against their three-point shooters. And then at the offensive end, he wants his guys to get their own shots within the rhythm and flow of the offense. Kevin?
4 on the shot clock. The shot by KD. No good.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Leonard on the wing. 13 feet away.
I love the energy of Kevin Durant on the defensive end. Long and tall, and does a great job contesting without fouling.
Back to Brown. Outside, KD. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now the Clippers on the break. Oh, Leonard in position. Doesn't go that time.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that. Big moments. This is who Kevin Durant is. He delivers when the game is in the balance.
Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Harden outside. No good on the three. Clippers leading by 5. Leonard finds George. No good with the triple. Nets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Got it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Outside Leonard fires the 3. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game.
From deep, Harden nails the tray.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. George against Brown. Outside Leonard. Puts up a 3. Can't knock in the 3. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 3. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. Well, But drama will Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action. DA, it's on.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Norman Powell, Robert Covington out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Harden. Outside Durant. Back to Harden. Here's the three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And a deep three from Lillard. The three-pointer, no good. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. And not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Now here's Lillard. Back to Nurkic. The 11-footer. And too long on the shot. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Here's Harris. Powell pulls it in. Greg, his scores go. Kevin Durant's as efficient as anyone.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Basket good.
There are very few guys Durant's size who can change pace with the bounce like he did there.
Lillard the pass to Powell. And so just over a minute and a half played. Here's Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Harden scanning the floor. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Lillard outside. 5 to shoot. No stopping him there. Jams it in. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here is Lillard following the 3 from Kevin Durant. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Nets leading by 5. Harden inside the three-point line, and that one off the back of the rim and in. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Here's Lillard. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Now, here is Harden. with the stuff.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. 29 seconds left in the first. Covington finds Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. Nurkic, bank shot, no good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Lobs it up for Jordan.
Well, KD, an awesome job there, just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Powell for three. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Right back after this break.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. And he gets it to go.
Well, McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Now, here is Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
And here's McCollum. Cantor trying to free himself up, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. McCollum's got 6 points.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
McCollum passes to Simons. The dish now to Anthony. The pass to Simons. Just 5 on the clock. For the 3. Anthony can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's Dinwiddie. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's McCollum on the wing. Anthony down low, headed by Green. Anthony's shot is off.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Irving with it. Outside Griffin. Nets passing it around. Bobbed up there for Green. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 6. And it's Simons missing. Dinwiddie right side. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Trailblazers trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And he dunks it down.
a power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Unable to get that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Kicks it out to McCollum. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. And that one, good.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Irving looking over the floor. The shot, no good. Trailblazers trail by 5. The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Just a smooth scorer is C.J. McCollum, and that combination of being confident and crafty keeps helping him pile up points in terms of his career statistics. Now he's at the line.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. Lillard against Harden. Now Lillard. Jones up top. A 3 from McCollum. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And all right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. Amped up and ready off the tip. And
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
Pass to Powell. Kanter with it. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. It's the Nets now. Portland making their last shot. Here's Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Now, here's Nurkic. Lillard finds Powell. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Nurkic dishes to Covington. Back to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Jones, the pass to Covington.
The underrated part of Kevin Durant's game, his length and timing affecting shots.
Here's Harden. And it's Portland with the rebound. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And the dunk by Powell.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Harden, that's good.
To be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard the pass to Powell. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Lillard misses, and Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Lillard following the bucket by the Nets. Inside, Nurkic goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. The Trailblazers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Nurkic plays with a little bit of that edge, a little bit of moxie, and that toughness is something the teammates can rally behind.
Harden dishes to KD. Shoots off the step back. Again, the Nets for 2.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Lillard finds Covington. Lillard against Harden. Lillard the pass to Covington. Shoots from 14. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Damian Lillard.
Consistent and accurate from that particular spot on the floor. The offense kind of predicts those shots. Lillard's got a good eye for the mid-range.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 12. KD looking around. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Nurkic. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
In the corner, Powell with it. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Brown outside. Powell with the steal. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And the rejection by Harden. Jordan dishes to Brown. 2 free throws come. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Griffin, also Green out there, and it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Cantor. Pass to McCollum. Fires from deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
That shot by Griffin, no good. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. It's a 5-point game. They grab their own miss. Here's Cantor. Missed inside. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Yep, that one goes. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
You got to stay in front of Kyrie Irving at all times. Yeah, I said it here from the sidelines. Try doing it out there on the floor.
It's tipped and stolen by Irving. Lays it in off the breakaway. Irving's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here on free throw coming up.
Even though McCollum's a little bit thin, he doesn't mind taking the contact and moving away from it before scoring.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Outside Irving. Collins with some nice D.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
McCollum outside. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Here's Cantor. Kicks it out to McCollum. Simons the pass to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3.
Now, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And they will call over the back on the play.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, energy is good, but not smart there trying to go through somebody on that play.
McCollum against Dinwiddie. Fires it up. Misses off the right iron.
It's really a tale of 2 quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Outside Durant. Fires from 18, and the jumper is on the mark. And the Nets lead by 8.
Great natural instincts of Durant, a good decision maker now on the pick and roll.
Harden against Lillard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Here's Harden. Great D that time from Nurkic. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. And both free throws good for Covington.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Brown feeling out a bit. Passes it to Harden. There's 1:17 left in the game. To the inside. On the wing, Harden. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Lillard. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Portland again missing. The wide open look for Durant. Knocks down the step back J. And the Nets lead by 6.
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
And there's the pass to Powell. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
It's Harden with the drive. The shot missing. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You can bet that's what they're looking for. This late in the game, they need that three.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up. So maybe just a step too far.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Leonard on the wing. Misses the three. And here are the Blazers.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now Morris, after the miss, 3 from Damian Lillard. Over in the corner, Beverley. The 3 from George. He can't get that one. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Morris right side. And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to beat Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
The shot misses. Jones finds Powell. And the 3 off target. LA's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And that one's good. Leonard.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
Passes it to Pop. Now Covington. Here's Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Beverley, the pass to Morris. Looking for George. He gets it there. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Yes, that goes in.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Leonard. Ibaka looking for an opening. George way outside. Rebounded by Covington.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
And it's the Clippers with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Leonard inside, defended by Jones, and Jones sends it back.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Powell against George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Morris. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. Now, here's Collins. Shot clock at 6. The 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Pass to George. The 3 ball. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5 now.
Though he doesn't show a lot of expression, PG-13 is ultra competitive. Claps back from distance.
McCollum against George. The pass to Simons. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, Collins is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. Collins against Patterson. And there's Jackson on the assist by Patterson. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
And McCollum launches it from deep. Kanter, the pass to Collins. Here's Simons. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lobbed up there for Collins. And no good that time.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's Simons. He has 6. McCollum score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Jackson looking around. And he banks in the layup. Jackson's got 7 now in this quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
McCollum outside. Back to Collins. To the middle. Knocks it loose. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Up again. The Trailblazers get it back in a new 14. Pass to Simons. To the paint. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I play, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach. And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Outside Jackson. Passes to Zubac. Pass to Kennard. Deep. They get the rebound. He can't get it to go. And Collins has got the ball here for Portland. Down low. The shot's good from Cantor. Cantor's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris is checked in for Patterson. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Covington finds Jones. Back to Covington. Outside, Jones. From outside, off the mark. Clippers trail by 9 and stolen by Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Beverly against Lillard. Outside, George. Connects from three-point range. George has got 8 points.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
It's Powell on the wing. The feed now to Jones. Stolen by Beverly. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Kawhi Leonard. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Coming on the floor for York.
And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by Beverley. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
This is the tricky part. Having enough left in the tank.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They hold a 4-point lead. Kenny, what? That's all for now. Say goodbye.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. And here are the Trailblazers now. 4-point game. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. There's the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range.
And all defensive first teamer. Beverly once again getting up into his man and locking him down.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Outside Leonard. The three. Rebounded by Covington.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Jones, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the wide open shot from Morris. His three-pointer's off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 6. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. Powell dishes to Covington. Back to Powell. Takes a three. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
George, that's a 2-pointer. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Powell, that's good.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Outside, George. Kicks to Ibaka. With his first shot attempt, they get it back. That shot, no good.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Lillard way outside. No good on the triple.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Leonard, no luck.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime. And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Here is Lillard. 7 points in the game. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Outside Leonard. In the corner, George with it. Lock at 6. Leonard the pass to Morris.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Nurkic with it. George picks him up. Powell kicks to Nurkic. 3-pointer, Lillard. That shot is off. The Clippers go the other way with it. George with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Clippers. Now Lillard. He's got 10. Nurkic up top. Back to Lillard. 3-pointer. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Outside, George. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Patterson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And the basket by McCollum.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
On the wing, Jackson. He has 7. For the finish. And McCollum with the slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy.
And so it's Portland sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Anthony out there with Collins. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Knocked loose and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Cans the shot from the wing. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Out to Anthony. Over Jackson. They get it again. Pass to Simons. Second shot opportunity. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Outside Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Clippers trail by 12. To the inside. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Pass to McCollum. Cantor with it. Back to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. And yes, it's good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Patterson passes to Kennard. Back to Patterson. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Great read from Kennard, showing a selfless attitude, getting it to his teammate.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Morris is checked in for Patterson. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jackson. Clippers trail by 9. Takes the 13-footer. Almost, but it rolls out.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Over in the corner, Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. The Clippers running out of time. Pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly, and stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance.
Some coaches might not like taking the 3 on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And here's George for 3. Here's Ibaka. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 15. And Lillard kicks to Powell. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. Lillard, the pass to Powell. From deep. Trailblazers keep it alive from downtown. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Lillard.
Active hands tonight. He may have gambled a bit, but sometimes you have to take chances to make plays, and he did that tonight.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patterson comes in for Morris. Portland also making some changes. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And McCollum subbed in for Norman Powell.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Lillard way outside. Can't connect from long distance. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
It's George on the wing, covered by Anthony. Patterson can't get it to go. And it's Cousins with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. the Nets starting 5. We've got DeAndre Jordan on out there with Harden. And there's Green. And it's Durant in a power forward. And for the Clippers, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Now here is Ibaka. Inside. It's stolen by Green. Brown right side. The wide open look for Durant. Steps back and drains the jump shot. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. And here's Harden. Kawhi Leonard getting his 3 to go. Harden's shot is off. Leonard against Jordan. Here's Patterson. Offline with his 3. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. Green. And Green is right there.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Ibaka. The offensive rebound. Outside Leonard. He kicks it to Jackson. No good from outside. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Nets passing it around. Stolen by George. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Hey, it's one thing to have the physical attributes, the length, the athleticism, to play good defense. But the other part of it is the instincts. And George thinks and feels things defensively as well as anybody in the league. And really excellent instincts at that end of the floor.
Over in the corner, Green to the middle. Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And, you know, overall now, in terms of defensive strategy, sending Jordan to the line is not as effective as it used to be. He's improved as a free throw shooter.
Jackson finds Leonard. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Harden against George. Pass to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the left wing. Lots of room. Patterson can't get it to go. And so Green will bring it up for the Brooklyn. Oh, what a play! Woo!
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Ibaka goes in. Great D that time from Green.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Loved the intensity.
Brown with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Jordan. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
It's hauled in by Brown. Nets leading by 3. Bobbed up there for Durant. The shot off that time.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect. And, you know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Pass to Harden. 1:16 left to play in the first quarter. Shoots the 3. Let's keep it alive. And Durant is right there.
Yeah, he's got those Inspector Gadget arms. I mean, they go on forever. Durant a threat on the offensive glass, too.
Outside Leonard. Down low. Here's Ibaka. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Durant, no good. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard's got the ball.
And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Passes it to Brown. He dishes it to Durant. Again, Durant missing.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Harden surveying the D. Over George. And again, it's the Nets missing. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Luke Kennard. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Batum in at the small forward. Kennard kicks to Batum. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Brooklyn trailing. Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Harris has got his first points in this one.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Zubac the pass to Kennard. Shot clock at 6. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Nets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Harris outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Dinwiddie finds Irving. Now the pass to Claxton. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Ring shot on the way. Jump shot is good that time. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Clippers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Irving passes to Claxton.
Are you kidding me? Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Beverly against Irving. Now here's Beverly. Not a lot of room. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Batum with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. From past the arc. Drills it from outside. Kennard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Rick, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Outside Irving. A minute 42 left in the first half. Dinwiddie left side. Over Kennard. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Beverly against Irving. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And, you know, Nick Batum's length provides a huge bonus to his team. He's able to play and guard multiple positions.
Pass to Beverly. Outside Batum. The putback. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Nets trail by 3. Harris passes to Irving. Batum with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Cousins with the ball. Beverly for 3. To the paint. Cousins finds Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Clock at 6. Cousins with it. Lets it fly. And again, no good by the Clippers.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Timeout called, the Nets. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Nets trail by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now Harden. Nice D from Cousins. Kennard for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Hey, I don't think you can underestimate Jordan's effectiveness off the drive. I mean,
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends. It has some comparing him. And that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So for Brooklyn now, Green is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And it is absolutely remarkable watching Harden draw contact. So effortless, so crafty, and so consistent in putting the defense in a bind. Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Passes it to Leonard from outside the arc. A rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. The open shot, KD, kept alive.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Outside Leonard. Dishes it to Patterson. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. A rebound by the Nets. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. The deep 3 from Durant. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Durant's got 7.
You know, when Durant gets a look from that distance, he's letting it fly.
Leonard dishes to Patterson. George, that's a 2-pointer. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's KD. From down in the low post, it goes. KD's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn. Outside, George. And he gets the folks. The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
To end the run, outside for Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by George. Jackson's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Harden outside. Now the dish to Jordan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Jordan to me is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
Good on the second free throw.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Leonard against Durant. Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Brown the pass to Harden. And the jam by Harden. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George. The tray. And that one is off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And Patterson kicks to Leonard. Tries to keep it alive. And finished off by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket. And it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Durant. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 1.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
The Nets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Green finds KD on the top of the key. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
Hey, I know Durant makes it look really easy, but I tell you what, folks, there's a lot of hard work and repetition behind what he shows you in the game.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Brooklyn ahead. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Nets leading by 3. Here's Durant, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Man, great tenacity from Durant there. I mean, he makes it so difficult to guard him without fouling.
The free throw drops for Durant. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Harris comes in for Jeff Green. Dinwiddie's checked in for Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. Beverly. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Batum against Harris.
And the defense has really locked down on them in this half. They need to start working to get some higher percentage shots. And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Here's Beverly. Oh, that's blocked.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Outside Griffin. Now, here is Irving. Just 5 to shoot. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 8. And now they decide to foul intentionally. It's stolen by Harris. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. And there's the pass to Dinwiddie. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
So for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And James Harden subbed in for Dinwiddie. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Clippers trail by 8. And here's Jackson. Ibaka outside. Jackson against Irving. George passes to Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Jackson. George has got his first 2 points.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Harden outside. The kick out to Irving. To the inside. Here's Claxton from 13 feet. It goes down. Claxton's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. Pass to Patterson. Outside Jackson. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. The one misses, just the one made. Leonard, no luck.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
1:36 left to play in the final quarter. Beverly against Irving. And the shot is good. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Pass to Ibaka. Leonard on the wing. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself. Couldn't control himself there.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Inside, here's KD. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Nets.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for KD.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And the fact that Leonard can pour it in like tonight, in addition to his defense, is really why he's one of the best two-way players we've ever seen.
Jacks up a 3. It's money from deep.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it. I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Six seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. And here's Leonard from 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 4. 1 second left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Well, it's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it. there below is the starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. We've got Robert Covington, Damian Lillard out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for the Nets, Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Brown in at the 2-guard spot. Passes it to KD. To the inside. It's stolen by Jones. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Covington wide open. He fires. And it's off from 3-point range. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Nets.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami. Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. GA, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
Here's Lillard. Outside, Jones. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Jones. Pass to Nurkic. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. And it's Lillard missing. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. Lobs it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Now look, an assist like that gives Durant more hype than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Now here's Jones. And the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Lillard against Brown. Outside Durant. Kicks it to Harden. 6 to shoot. And Harden with the stuff.
And Harden is very good at picking apart the D on the pick and roll. Whether he's dishing the rock or shooting, the D has no idea how to slow him down.
Now, here's Lillard. Outside, Jones. He dishes it to Nurkic. Passes it to Covington. Lillard against Jordan. And contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here is Harden. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Off target from 3-point range. Trailblazers trail by 4. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. And obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Covington into the lane. And the dunk by Covington.
You can't give Covington a lane. Once he gets one, he goes for the throwdown.
Here is Harden.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Bruce Brown. Collins plays it up off the glass.
I like how attacking Collins is. I mean, you get him the ball in a good spot, he's not going to disappoint.
Harden the pass to Claxton. Dinwiddie kicks to Harden. Fires the three. That one, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Kyrie Irving's checked in for James Harden. Irving against McCollum. Up in time, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. So at the end of one quarter of play, still. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh, yeah, love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Kyrie Irving. Griffin is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 5, down low. Dinwiddie drives in. Powell gets a hand on it. And a wide open look for McCollum. Bangs home the trifecta. McCollum's got the lead up to 1 now for Portland. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
I like when Irving turns on the jet. Amazing quickness on the drive from the speedy guard.
Cullen passes to Powell. And here's Kanter. McCollum outside. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Always good to see solid interior work by McCollum. I mean, he might earn himself some extra space on his outside jumpers when he gets inside plays like this.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Powell. Pass to Kanter. It's intercepted.
Look, he was laying in wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
Irving attacking. Dinwiddie finds Irving. Up again. Claxton with the bucket. And the Nets lead by 1.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Now, here's Kanter. McCollum outside. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Kanter's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Now, here is Irving. Steps back and shoots. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to Pop. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Cullen passes to Cannon. Back to McCollum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, McCullough is used to getting hit. Got to respect his ability to draw contact on the way up.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Anthony comes in for Zach Collins. Robert Covington's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And Jones subbed in for Norman Powell. Now here's Brown. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Harden. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Jones. And now we've got the intentional foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And at the line last year, he was good on about 77% of his attempts.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. He hits both from the stripe.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now here's Brown. Back to Harden. Right side, Green. Banked in off the glass. And the Nets lead by 4.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Jones against Brown. Lillard bounce pass. There's the triple. Here's Anthony. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And both free throws good for Anthony. 27 seconds left in the first half of the game. Now, here is Harden. There's 14 seconds left in the second quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Love how Harden attacks the basket when he's close by. Just relentless in finding ways to get himself to the line.
So he gets them both. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first half. Lillard against Harden. Lillard, right side, and the basket is good.
Superb form. Lillard has the mid-range shot on lockdown.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was and
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Portland trailing here. Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. They've got Jones. Anthony is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Lillard in at the point guard position. For the lead, here's Anthony for the tie. He's off on that one. Great tee that time from Green. And so they foul intentionally. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet.
Getting to the rim and dunking it down, that's the aggressive side of Durant.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Trailblazers trail by 6. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Back to Lillard. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And it's 8 points for Lillard.
And look at that, the touch of Lillard inside, so impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
The pass to Brown. Back to Harden. This one for 3. Green, the pass to Harden. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Outside, Jones. Passes to Nurkic. Covington kicks to Jones. Green against Anthony. Nurkic can't hit.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Now here's Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here is Harden. He's got 6. Jordan inside. And on Nurkic. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here is Harden. It's Durant on the wing. That one goes in, and it's a 6-point Nets lead.
I'm surprised Durant didn't get the call there with all that contact on the shot, but still a nice finish.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Lillard dishes to Covington. Fires for 3. A rebound by the Nets.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Brown finds Green. Harden outside. And it's Harden slamming it down.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 8. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection topped of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Powell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 55 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And here's Harris from the arc. That one doesn't go. Trailblazers trail by 8. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Powell for 3. Trailblazers keep it alive. The shot's good from Cantor.
You have to admire the assertiveness. Cantor not even thinking about it. He's just firing off the catch.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. "20 seconds left here in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Griffin kicks to Irving. On the way, Harris. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Dinwiddie dishes to Griffin. Down low, stolen by Cantor. Can't hit that one. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Harris is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Powell. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Enes Kanter.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Kanter's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
Now here's Irving. Dinwiddie outside. Back to Irving. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting.
First free throw is good.
And the handles Irving possesses, I mean, unreal. The great Isaiah Thomas, Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, told me Irving might have the best handles he's ever seen.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Powell. Now Collins. McCollum outside. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And stolen by Irving. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. McCollum outside. That's tipped, and they get it back.
And they continue to control the glass.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Bad shot selection, as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Harris. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open 3, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
And Anthony drops them both. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Now Harden. Outside, Green. Lobs Gives it up for Jordan. Green finds Jordan. Timeout called, the Nets. The pass to KD. 6 on the shot clock, and there's the defensive 3-second call. And the technical free throw is good. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Harden scanning the floor. Just 5 to shoot from deep three-point range. Offensive rebound. That one good for 2. KD's got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Lillard attacking. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And they go to the intentional foul. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Harden with it. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to KD. Trailblazers trail by 10. Harden against Covington. Harden outside. From deep. Poked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Irving. Pass to Green. From the stripe, Irving, good. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Torch from mid-range. I mean, that's almost unmatched. I mean, Irving is dead eye from that range.
Lillard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass.
He's been as dependable as he always is. He can't do it all by himself.
1:15 left to play here in the fourth. From deep, Harden. Lillard with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Anthony against Irving. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. Durant, the pass to Harden. Pops it up for Jordan.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Anthony, no good that time. The Nets go the other way with it. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They kick it out to Green. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Down by 12. Outside, Covington. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Stolen by Durant. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And in the locker room, Each guy has been going over.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. And Leonard gets it to go. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Outside, George. For 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Lillard outside. Off target from outside. And here's Los Angeles. Leonard inside, defended by Jones. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Now, here's Lillard. And the shot goes down.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Here's George, following the score by Damian Lillard. Patterson passes to George. Here's Leonard. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Kawhi Leonard, still one of the hardest working players in the league. Active on the offensive glass there.
Lillard surveying the D. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Jones the pass to Covington. 5 to shoot. Back to Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
I'll tell you, love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. A 3 from Leonard. He doesn't hit that one. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Covington. Back to Powell. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. Stolen by Zubac. George dishes to Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. That's tipped. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Trailing by 2.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. And here's Leonard from 3. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it. He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
Here's Beverly, following the score by Damian Lillard. Beverly finds Leonard. To the middle. And the dunk by Zubac.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Now, here's Lillard. Over Leonard. Offensive rebound. High post, Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Here's Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's George missing.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 5.
Venom.
Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals.
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Trailblazers trail by 3. All alone. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, good vision from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And George with the stuff.
Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. McCollum against Kennard. Pass to Simons. Stolen by Jackson. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. They are really starting to push it now.
Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. The pass to Kennard. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. 2 points. That one goes. McCollum's got his first basket.
And that's 6 straight for him on fast breaks.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Batum passes to Kennard. Back to Batum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
Just have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Pass to Cannon. Here's Simons. 1:43 left in the first half of basketball.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Back to Jackson. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. Jackson, that's good. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Cantor with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Passes it to Simons. Anthony kicks to Cantor. The 3 from McCollum. Morris with the rebound. Clippers leading by 3. Batum passes to Ibaka. He dishes it to Jackson. On the wing, Morris. Pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Puts it up from 17. Here's Anthony, and it goes down 2 points.
Boy, how well does he use his frame to hold off the defense? Melo with the strong finish.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Jackson kicks to Batum. $15 seconds left to play here in the half.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And that'll do it for the first half. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had not... And...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard position. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Just 3 to shoot. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Leonard dishes to Beverly. Tipped away. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Zubac's the pass to Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Leonard kicks to George.
How about the fast hands and lateral quickness of Norman Powell to get with his man and contest shots? That's good.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Beverly up and in on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
On the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Jones against Leonard. It's Powell on the wing. Lillard outside. For the 3, it's deflected. Nurkic, he drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Leonard with no one around. And a miss there on the triple.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Here's Lillard. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. He nails it, and we're tied up. Lillard's got 6.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And it's George missing.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Nurkic dishes to Jones. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard attacking for the lead. It's tipped.
Wow, Patrick Beverly, barely 6 feet. Send it back, young Patrick.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. So Portland ends up going with the new group. They get a hand on it. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 11 points in the game.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Anthony kicks to McCullough. 6 on the shot clock. Cantor. It's good on the putback.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Now George over McCollum and misses it off the right side of the rim. Here we go, one-on-one for the lead. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Beverly the pass to George. Off target from three-point range.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Anthony finds McCollum beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. The shot by George, wide open. George missing again.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to McCollum. From deep three-point range, the Clippers grab the miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And so he makes both from the line. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Here's Simons over Jackson. No good off the front iron.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
And the basket by McCollum.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And the wide open shot for Morris. It's all tied in Portland. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, they've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Ibaka. And it's Morris in at the small forward. And Ibaka slams it in.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
McCollum dishes to Cantor. Passes it to Carmelo. McCollum outside. 5 on the clock. It's not going to go for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. A 3 from Morris. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. To the paint, here's Ibaka. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now a 4-point Los Angeles lead. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Out left to the wing. Here's Simon. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Left side, Jackson. He lobs it up. Portland grabs the miss.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench. And if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive.
Ibaka, no luck. Portland leading. Lillard outside. Kicks to Powell. Right side, Covington. Shoots over Batum. Powell. Pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Tries again. That one off the back iron and out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And there's Jackson on the assist by Morris.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
The pass to Powell. Fires the three. Morris with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Feeds to Leonard. Dishes it to George. Shoots over Powell, and again the Clippers good for two.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Down low, Covington. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. And here's Leonard from three. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Well, Kawhi Leonard put in the time to become a big-time threat from range. That is beautiful.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Inside, Covington with the steal.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Here's Patterson. Here's Cousins. Pass to Beverly. Fires for three. And the rebound by Nurkic. Powell kicks to Lillard. Puts up a three. No good on that one. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's